Our first guest this morning is the incredibly inspiring Zanele Matome, who's the founder and CEO of 𝗲𝗏𝗲𝗲𝗿. Zanele founded 𝗲𝗏𝗲 in 2020. Her and the team were recently announced as winners of the 𝗲𝗏VCode program. They'll soon be taking part in the 𝗦𝘁𝗲𝗏𝗏𝗲𝗏 Accelerator, which is backed by one of the biggest VCs in the country, 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 for good reason. Zanele, it's been amazing to learn about your journey, and I'm really excited to have you with us today. Welcome.
Thank you so much, Josh. I'm glad to be here.
Awesome. So just starting off nice and easy, can you please just give us a short overview of what Willow Health does and why it's important?
Okay, so we are a health tech company, and we basically solving the problem of access to healthcare for Africans. And as we grow, we want to solve that problem in emerging economies. When we started delivery, now we're doing home healthcare, all powered by technology, to make it scalable and more efficient, where we send, like your Uber for nurses, where we send nurses or healthcare providers to people's home to go and offer healthcare services, the comfort of your home. And we also do it for workplaces as well, where now instead of an employer sending out their employees out for medical assessments and losing out on time for productivity, we come to your factory, we come to your site. Within 45 minutes, we're done with your employees' medical assessment, and they can go back to work. So that's currently what we're doing at Willow. So it's health access at home and at the workplace, powered by technology.
Amazing. Absolutely love it. I know you've spoken out about African entrepreneurs building for Africa, and by that we mean building solutions which actually solve African problems. Can you maybe elaborate on the importance of this and the difference between building a solution to an actual problem versus building a solution because you think it's something that someone might like to have?
Exactly, that's so true. I spent time in Silicon Valley, then I came back home. And what I saw, the problem was that, especially with the difference between African startups and startups who are based in the Bay Area, etc., Europe, etc. Here, about apps. Here, when you're talking from the African context, you're talking solutions and solutions that speaks to your market. Like when we started, if you're a tech company, you think you have to app, etc. But when we were asking ourselves the question that our market, what language do they speak? They speak the language of WhatsApp. When you are in Africa, the language that's widely spoken from your go to your mom who's in the Stokvel to even the executive who works at Discovery, WhatsApp is something that you use very frequently. Then we started engaging with that market. Then we started using WhatsApp. Then from WhatsApp now, that's when we're building a product. So something that that your market speaks, meet them where they are, then build from there. So yeah, that's my advice for African startups.
Amazing. Yeah, I think it's extremely important for us to kind of focus on the problems which are actually right in front of us, as opposed to going and trying to solve problems for people which may not be in our exact environment. Just on that, what would you recommend aspiring entrepreneurs do to actually be able to identify and understand the problems and the opportunities which are right in front of us?
I think they must just leave the office and be on the speak to their customers. There's the best thing that they do. And also, because when you are a startup entrepreneur, you also are saving money, you bootstrap to the health, etc. So leave the desktop research. Desktop research is for when you start. But once you've done with that, go out and speak to your customers. Yes, some of us introverts, and some of us can't even handle rejection, because I'll go out with my idea there and somebody will tell me, no, this is crap. I don't want to use this, etc., etc. But they have to go out there and if you say my product is crap, where can we make it better? If it was going to work for you, what would you like it to have? So go out there, speak to customers. I think for me, that's the best thing that you can do. Like recently, because we just launched the new wing of medical assessments and employee wellness, what we did on our side was that, okay, we're going to speak to HR office, heads of HR, heads of safety, just not pitch them, have a conversation to, okay, guys, what are the pain points that they see? Where can digital help? Conversations with your customers and with one recent potential customers, and with one recent conversation, we ended up even getting a deal, because our thing was just to go there, research, so that we can just make sure that we have a proper product to speak to our users. After that research, the guy was saying, okay, we are about to advertise a contract, and we think that people to do it. We're no longer advertising it. What are your rates? So go out there, engage with your customers, speak with your customers. Therein lies growth, and therein lies, the sustainability of your startup.
Amazing. I really like that. So I understand that after landing a big deal with Discovery, you took to finding an advisor that could kind of help you navigate the next few strategic decisions. What value would you place on building a network of mentors and advisors that can actually help you along your journey?
Building a network of advisors and mentors is very crucial when you're running a business or a startup, because when that contract from Discovery, I'll just give you a brief background on how we got that opportunity. I'm very active on Twitter, so somebody reached out to DMs, and here are the details of the CEO of Mr. Gore, pitch him and see what happens. Then I sent a cold email at 5 a.m. I sent him an email. I knew that 5 a.m. is when most of these executives go through that. At 9 a.m. that day has already started. You're not going to get a response. So send a cold email at 5. At 8 a.m. I got a response. And then we had a meetings, presentations, all of that. Then we got the opportunity. But I was like, oh my gosh, now I'm still a one-man team. What am I going to do? We actually got the job. And then I reached out to Kate. I sent Kate, I think it was at 9, maybe I sent a text, and I said, okay, Kate, we need help. We're not that very good at operations. We're still using Google Sheets to operate. Remember, when you start, you start. Even when you're starting manual, that's the art of being an entrepreneur. You start and you build as you go. You don't wait for perfection and apps and all of that. Then I reached out to Kate. Kate connected me with his team. And so reaching out and knowing when you're drowning is very important. That's why I always say, leave the ego at the door. If you don't know, go out there, reach out to people in your ecosystem. You'll always find help. And yeah, that's how we got to where we are. And we're now running the project in KZN, Western Cape, and now we're going to go nationally, and now we're onboarding other insurance medical clients. So yeah, reach out there. You don't have all the answers. You cannot possibly have all the answers. And you can chow an elephant if you have a team of advisors around you. Amazing.
It's a great answer. I think just closing off for all the aspiring female entrepreneurs out there, what would you recommend as the first steps they should take when starting a new company and building out in the beginning stages?
Start small and just start, because sometimes when we want to start big, it becomes overwhelming. You don't have the money, you don't have the technology, you don't have the team, because that time if you don't have money, you don't have team, because you can't pay people. So start small, bootstrap, get your product marketed, and I promise you, investors will find you. I remember when I started, I didn't even have a car. So a person will say, hey, go and fetch medication for us. Hey, Willow, go and fetch medication for us at 𝗲𝗏𝗏𝗏 Hospital. Then I will take a taxi at 4 a.m. in the morning to make sure that 5 a.m. I cure that customer. And you know, it's public hospitals, it's government hospital, it's hell. So I'll leave hospital at about 2 p.m. with the customer's medication and go and drop it off at the house. I didn't say, hey, let me have a car first. Oh, let me have an app first, blah, blah, blah. That's why. So, and that time I'm now serving a customer, a paying client, and finding the product market, pivoting, you know, making mistakes, all of that. So start small, you are going to make mistakes, you are going to learn from them. Then you start building a community. Then you start building a community. Then you start gaining traction. Then investors start coming to you, especially if you are in the startup world and you are a non-techie like myself. I started as a non-techie, couldn't code myself out of a paper bag. So you start small, then get the right people on board. Get the right people on board. Now we have a CTO joining us. Now we have a team, but it started on those early days. Start small, Google it from there. I'm telling you, investors will find you as you go on the way.
Awesome, that's incredible advice, and it's amazing to see how it's played out in the journey of Willow Health. I mean, starting from those days of going and collecting the medication yourself to now, you know, winning competitions, landing deals with Discovery. It's clearly paid off. I was just asked how you would explain your value proposition, and after that we can wrap it up and let you go to your next meeting.
Okay. So our value proposition will be access to healthcare. We have 3 clients, so we divide it into 3. So access to healthcare for your medical insurers. Medical insurers don't want to pay exorbitant amounts of money in hospital for the premiums for their members. So instead of you spending 1 month in hospital, we come in, you would spend 3 weeks in hospital, then the last month we do the insurance at home. So now we save money for Discover Your Momentum by having the members recuperate and get the medical care at home. So that's the value proposition for that. And the value proposition for your telehealth practitioners, once they are done doing consultation, virtual consultation, we come in is that smile partner at home. Let's say they've just done a consultation with Josh. Now we come in to go to your house to go and get your blood sample, because that one you cannot do virtually. To go and get your blood samples for the telehealth practitioner, to send it to the nearest 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏, etc. To get your salad samples, to go and get your vitals. So that's the value proposition for practitioners. And your workplace, for your employer at work, the value position for them is that we save them on loss of productivity. By now, they don't have to give an employee a whole day off to medical assessment at a clinic or at a doctor. Now we come to the workplace, we wait for 5 minutes, you have your employee in the tree. So I hope it answered her question.
Yeah, amazing. I think that's a fantastic answer, and thanks for sharing the additional insight. Cool. Thank you so much once again for joining us and for sharing some of your journey and your thoughts on entrepreneurship. I'm sure everybody that's tuned in and everybody that watches the video will be really grateful for everything that you've shared. So thank you so much, and looking forward to following the Willow Health journey.
Bye, guys.